Hello, and welcome to the 50th anniversary Motivated NCTies Conference 2021. We're excited to be here with you today. You are joining the Creating Local PD in NCEES session, and I am Cammie Aaron. I work for NCDPI. I am on the digital teaching and learning team with the home base group, and I manage the NCEES education system. That's your North Carolina Educator Effectiveness System. Today's slides, you can access those as well. There is a bit.ly that you can see on the screen right now. It's bit.ly/NCTies 21 create NCEES PD. Again, that's bit.ly/NCTies 21 create NCEES PD. And it is case sensitive, so if you are typing it in, please type it as you see it on the screen. So we're going to jump right into our session with some think about it's. What do you need to know about creating PD in the NCEES evaluation system and the professional development side of things? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is decide what types of courses or even other types of learning opportunities can be placed in NCEES. So we did a quick search to see what other districts are putting in NCEES. And here are some of the items that we found. Using graphic calculators in 7th grade algebra, engaging students with new texts and higher order thinking. How about building academic success through 8th grade ELA standards? Or maybe you need a mentor refresher training. How about even are you having some summer sessions? There's an Avid Summer Institute, a CTE summer conference. How about blogging in your science classroom or even athletic injury management level B? All types of credit earning opportunities can be placed in NCEES in your local PD office. And you're going to need to plan those out. So there is a link at the top of this slide, Professional Development Plan, a learning opportunity. And it covers some of the items you want to think about. You want to think about the name of the learning opportunity, description, overview, and purpose, the target audience who's going to be taking your learning opportunity. Are you going to tag some standards or focus areas like CTE or ELA, maybe social emotional learning that's now required? Are you going to tag it to those so that teachers can find those courses? And you're going to need to think about what amount of credit hours is your learning opportunity going to earn? And then you can read the rest of the items on the screen there. And they are listed as well in the linked document. So what PD opportunities are in NCEES? Overall, you can look at any district level PD for professional development days. How about those transfer credit manager credits? Your teachers take credits outside of NCEES. They would like to see it on their staff transcript in NCEES. They can enter those through the transfer credit manager, but you're going to need an approver in the system. So we can talk about that in other webinars. What else can we put in there? The district department-led PD, professional development plans, goal growth. You need to help your teachers grow as they try to meet their professional development goals. Regional PD, PLCs, school level book studies. It's very exciting about what you can put in NCEES and offer true differentiated professional development. So what is the PD office in NCEES? Districts can opt in to home base at the beginning of every school year. And with that, districts already have the NCEES system to do their evaluations in. But if you'd like to utilize the PD office, then you opt in, your district does, to the home base. It happens every year, and that information should be going out very soon to your leads in your district. That gets you a PD office where you can build out these learning opportunities. The credits earned when those courses and opportunities are completed show on your staff transcript in NCEES. Very handy to have all that in one place for your teachers. So to get to your PD office, we're going to go to your System Administration tab, and you have a System Administration tab if you are a district administrator or a site administrator in the system, or you've been added to your PD office as a course administrator. Anything that needs to get to the course administration, any role, will see the System Administration link. You're going to navigate to Applications and then to Course Administration. Oh, just a little bit about NCEES vocabulary. It's not just courses. Courses are called learning opportunities in NCEES for a reason, because you can do any of those items that we just looked at. So the roles in NCEES. We're just mainly going to focus on the PD Office Administrator today and creating a course that can be created, or a learning opportunity that can be created without approval. Now, you do have course requester roles in the system. Those people must get their course. They can create it, and they can use what we're doing today to follow along and create a course. But their course needs to go to somebody called the final approver to approve their course. We're going to focus on the PD Office Administrator, who can create a course without getting anybody's approval in NCEES. So again, the PD Office Administrator can create a course without approval. They can create and manage any course, other people's courses. They can verify any certificates that have been awarded in the system. They can manage recurring dates. So if you have courses that need to repeat every Tuesday, once a month, twice a month, 3 times a month, things like that, those recurring dates, they can set those up in the system to be used on your courses. And then they also manage giving other people roles in that PD office. So let's jump in and create a learning opportunity. And that NCEES navigation is System Administration. Go under the section for Applications and go to Course Administration and click Create New Learning Opportunity. We do have help guides in the NCEES system. I have them linked here on the slide for you. We have the Create a Learning Opportunity in NCEES, and we have the PD course settings. And we're going to look at both of these steps today. So what kind of course are you going to want to create? We want to, and there's a picture of the Create New Learning Opportunity button that you're going to look for when you've navigated to your course administration. But you need to decide, are you going to create an instructor-led course or a self-paced learning opportunity? So what's the difference? Instructor-led course has 3 parts. You're going to create the main course or the main learning opportunity, and I call this your CEU shell, because you're going to set the credit type and the amount of credits earned in that portion. Notice that the self-paced learning opportunity also has the create the CEU shell part. And then you're going to set the settings. Who is going to be able to see the course, take the course, in what location? Is everybody in the district going to be able to do it? Or are you just going to post that course to your elementary school teachers and staff? So you can set that in your settings. Maybe you want to align it to some standards to help your teachers find those courses when they're working on their goals. Now, the other part of an instructor-led course is all instructor-led courses also must have a section. So you're going to have your overall settings, and then you can create a section. Is that course going to have 3 sections for completion? Or maybe you need 3 different sections in that course. One for your elementary school staff, one for your middle school staff, and one for your high school staff. So you can keep those rosters separate. So let's look at that self-paced instructor-led course and the self-paced learning opportunity. I did want to do a quick show of the navigation action menus, because once you get in there, we're not going to go over self-paced learning today because we don't have enough time on our venue today. But the self-paced learning opportunity has an action menu. I've highlighted in yellow A couple of the main areas that you're going to want to go to once you set up your learning opportunity, and that's to view the roster where you can add people to take the course, or if you've published the course, watch as people register and then track their status. Have they registered? Have they completed? If this is instructor-led, they've been able to be marked attended by somebody? And then the copy registration link has been great. It was new last year. Instead of publishing your course to the catalog, you can actually use this copy registration link and send it to people, and then they can register through that link as long as they are also in NCEES. And then in the light yellow are the other areas for the settings. So you can access the settings in the menu, or I'll also show you the other area where you access the settings for location and things like that. So to create that instructor-led course, we've clicked on Create New Learning Opportunity, and now we've got a blank form to fill out. Note that anything with an asterisk is a required field, so you're going to have to choose something. So it definitely needs a course title. Then you can enter a course description, and a lot of these areas show if you publish the course to the NCEES catalog, the viewer that's looking at courses trying to decide what to take will have this information to look at. If you belong to more than one office, and most of you will not, you'll only have one office available here. If you're DPI staff listening to me today, you may have more than one. So you need to make sure what office are you creating this opportunity in. And then, of course, the course provider is required. The people in our districts, our PSUs, are probably going to choose non-Moodle. However, if you have somebody that knows Moodle and knows how to set up a Moodle course, it is accessible through NCEES. So there's a section to choose Moodle. You might want to ask, is Canvas also connected? Not for our districts right now. Hopefully that will be sometime in the future. Currently only DPI Canvas. The blue Canvas is in NCEES, so our DPI staff have begun creating some Canvas courses through NCEES. But right now, if you have Canvas, we actually have an area called Resources where you could create your course in here so that the credits will show on the staff transcript. And then when you go to your resources, put in the link to your red Canvas location of that course. If you need help while you're filling out this form, you can't quite remember what each of the fields mean, up in the top corner on the screen is a blue square with a question mark in it. And if you click on that, you get this pop-up, and you can see that each one of these descriptors and fields has been explained over here. So if you need some help with what does this mean, just click on that little help icon. And then you go on down the form, and you're going to need to select your credit types. And here you can choose literacy, academic subject area, general, leadership. Technology is going to go away this summer. We're going to hide it. It was actually discontinued several years ago, but has been available to districts that are still using technology as a credit type. But the state is no longer like recognizing technology. We have digital learning competencies, and then the other areas help cover some of what used to be offered under technology. Those technology credits still count, but you will no longer be able to select it in the NCEES system. Going on down the screen, there's some choices for if you have a funding source, PD type. Now, these are not required. Duration, how many hours is it? Prerequisites, these are non-required prerequisites. You can type in there, hey, you need to read this book before you come to this PLC, or look over this document first. And force prerequisites. Now, these ones are required, and they must also be available in the NCEES system. So you can click add, you can go find another PD opportunity that's in NCEES, click it and add it here as a prerequisite for this current course that you're creating. And then any notes, and these do show to the people looking in the catalog. As we go on down the screen, do you want to allow a participant to enroll in multiple sections of the same course? Can they repeat it? Or is this going to be an opportunity that they only take one time and they should not repeat it? If they should not repeat it, don't check the box. But if something they can take again, then yes, you can check the box. Now, maybe you have a course that has sections A, B, and C in it, then yes, if it's all on that one same course shell, then yes, you probably want them to take A, B, and C. So they need to be able to enroll in A, B, and C, and you're going to need to check that box. There are some already built out course surveys if you want some follow-up information for the people to fill out after they've taken their course or their learning opportunity. You can add those, and there are reports available in NCEES for people to look at those answers. But you can choose those. Note, when a course survey is selected, participants must complete the survey to access their completion certificate in their My Transcript. So they'll get their credits if they complete, but if they've not done a survey that you've set, they will not get their certificate in NCEES until they complete it. And they will probably have an email sent to them fairly frequently until they complete it as well. I do not require section start and end times. If your sections that you're setting up have required section start and end times, then you don't want to require section start and end times, you're going to check this box. Never check archive. There's no reason to create a course and archive it at the same time. So that does not get checked here. Added last year also, or maybe a year and a half ago, excuse me, you can now attach files here. This is for the leads to look at. This is attachments that I don't believe the users see, but this was fairly requested a lot as a place for people to attach the files that they print out with information for the course that they need to have. And once all these fields are filled out, you're going to create that instructor-led course. Now, I did want to let you see this in the live system real quick. I know we don't have a lot of time, but I do want you to see this live. So here we are in NCEES, and this is your home page. You're going to click on System Administration. Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit. When you zoom in, sometimes things fall over here under this arrow. We're going to click on System Administration. And we're going to Applications and Course Administration. So here's the home page for course administration. If you're looking for courses, here you can put in your search criteria, titles, section number, course numbers, search. There's even more options if you want to get real detailed in your search. But that's for another webinar. So let's get busy and create that new learning opportunity. So if I look down my list here I have create new learning opportunity. What type of course do we want to create? Well, we're going to create instructor-led because essentially the first two portions of that are the same as the self-paced, and that will get you started for either type. Here's our page I was looking at. Here's your little blue help for the fields. Just click on that. Here's your other area to set your settings. Remember, I said it was also under your menu up here, but we can't get to the menu because we've not created anything yet. So I'm going to create, let's do an NCTies test course. Now, if I wanted to put in a description, I could, but in the interest of time, we're going to leave that blank. If you need a disclaimer for any reason, put that here. I'm going to put this in my test office. You, of course, will have your district location listed there. And then I need to choose what kind of course I want this to be. Oh, maybe I'm making a Moodle course today. And then how many credit hours is it going to be? You're actually going to enter the number of CEUs. So I'm just going to put 0.5. This is going to be a 5-hour course. And we'll do the digital learning competencies. This is going to be a face-to-face event. And we said it was going to be 5 hours. And remember, you don't have to fill in these non-required areas at this point if you didn't want to. Don't have any prerequisites. Don't have any enforced prerequisites. I can put in notes here. Remember to be very specific about your notes here because your users will be looking, your staff will be looking at this. This I'm going to leave blank. I'm not going to do a survey today. I'm not going to attach any files. I'm ready to create my instructor-led course. And it's spinning up here in the top corner. There we go. Look what was created. I now have a course number. And I can manage my course now from the menu. I can go to my sections. I can do my settings. I can manage email messages from here. I can actually delete it if something was not set up right. I can copy it at some point if I wanted to repeat the course and not have to re-enter everything. But want a new version, I can copy this and then re-edit it. So the next area we are going to look at is the settings, and these are in the slides, but since we're over here, I'm going to just stay in the live side and let you look at these. So location availability, I'm going to click on set locations. Now you're going to just see your district. We'll stick here, we'll stick with Beaufort County Schools. Yep. And you can add your district here. Now at the district level also, you're going to have a choice to, if you just wanted to publish it to a school. And then notice when I change it to school at the top, now I can add as many schools as I want. Maybe I just want to add all my high schools to be able to do this course. And that's enough. And if you look down here, they're added. All right. And now if I didn't want them on here, I can check the boxes and remove them from the list. So I'm actually going to go back and put this back at the state level because I don't want to be publishing this to a district and they wonder what in the world do I need a test course for. So I'm just going to add my training site. And once I've added everything that I want on this page, the locations, I'm going to click done. These next three we're not actually going to click into. These are required demographics, recommended demographics, and restricted demographics. Do I want my beginning teachers to take this? Do I want my principals to take this? Things like that. Do I want to require them to take this? I personally feel there are better areas to do this in NCEES. We will take a quick peek to show you that you have to activate a role to be able to set the access. So in NCEES is only instructional people and administrative people. Your support people in NCEES come in as instructional. So maybe I want to do instructional and I have to enable that. And then click on, I got a little check mark, click on the instructional. And then I can drill down and maybe in this, I just want to offer this course to my school social workers and I can click save. I'm just going to cancel all this. I'm going to disable that. But that's how you set those demographics areas. The reason I ask you to be careful with this is some of these can really stick. They show up on the My Courses page, the required and recommended demographics, and they always just stay there. So be very thoughtful about setting those. I'm not telling you not to set them. It should work very well at the district level, but know that they stay on those screens until the person takes the course. The focus areas, aligned focus areas can be very important. So we have a bunch of subject areas out here. Maybe I'm setting up a digital literacy course. Maybe it also applies to English as a second language. So you can check as many as you need to out here. So notice that long list. Maybe this also meets those social emotional learning requirements. So just tag what you want to tag. This helps the teachers and the staff search in their professional development page. They can search for these tags. I've also added local district strategic plan, the 5 areas of strategic plans here if you're offering PD opportunities that meet those goals. And then your DLCs for teachers and DLCs for administrators. And MTSS components are out here as well. And so on down here. Premium library is not live in NCEES yet. We're hoping to have that this summer. All right. I guess this is the page. Some of the pages have my complete at the top. There we go. We have to go all the way to the bottom and click save. And now it's listed. It also shows in my catalog once I publish it to the catalog. And then the standards, just show you that real quick. This is great because if you tag your course to standards, not only can they search for it on the professional development page, they can also search for it when they're in their observation. So in the teacher evaluation systems, you have your rubrics with the standards and the elements. And in that observation will be a little light bulb. And they can click on that light bulb and search for courses that you've published or that DPI has published that have been tagged to a standard. And maybe they've got a goal to meet standard 1 and maybe they're struggling a little bit. They can click on that light bulb. They can find the courses that have been aligned to the standard that they're trying to meet, and they can get that growth opportunity in. So this is great. I always suggest tagging the standards as well. And these are also reportable. And I'm going to stop this. We do have a ticket open with the vendor because it is taking too many extra minutes to get to those standards, and they are working to speed that back up. Usually it was just popped right over like everything else just did. All right, so that's your settings. And the last thing on an instructor-led course is your sections. So here I want to create a new section. I want to title my section. Be very clear about your titles. It should not be the same as your overall course shell title. So let's do NCTies test course 1, section 1. If this is being held at a location down the road or at a certain school, you can put in the street address and all of that, room numbers, contact people, contact emails. How many people do I want to take this PD? So maybe I'm offering an event this summer and anybody in the district can come, but we want to limit it to maybe 100 people. So you need to put that in. Am I going to allow a wait list? So if 100 people sign up and 5 drop off later, maybe there were some other people that wanted to come. Do I want to allow a wait list? And I'll allow up to 25 people to be on that wait list. What date is my opportunity going to start? Well, it's going to be March 31st. It's actually going to end on March 31st. What is the end of the date that they can register for the course? So it's going to start on the 31st. I'll need to make sure I want to get everything printed out before. So maybe I'm going to cut off registration the 26th. What day am I going to cut off the wait list? I'm going to do the 22nd. Now, this does not have asterisks on this, but you do need start and end times. Put in the actual start and end times if this is an actual event. So I'm just going to do, let's do 8. If it doesn't need start and end times, then I recommend putting in the start time of 12 a.m. to 11:55 p.m. Where was my 12? I think I said this was a 5-hour course. All right. And again, you can also add a survey on the section. I wouldn't recommend doing both a course and a section survey. That's a lot of surveys for people to do unless you're choosing something different. The survey on the section, you can actually have it end at a certain date. So just follow those rules right there. So you can deactivate the survey in so many days. The one at the course level keeps going until they take it. Am I ready to release this section? I'm going to check the box, yes. If I've published it to a location and I release the section, it's going to show up in the catalog. I can also choose a date to release it. So maybe since it's starting on the 31st, I can release it on the 31st as well and set the dates and times right there. Instructors, we're going to set in a minute. The discussions. This is a discussion board that's in NCEES. So if you have other discussion boards you're using, if this is an actual course and you need a discussion board, don't check this box. But if you want to use the one that's in NCEES, check that box. Any notes about this section? Maybe this is section A and you need to do this for section A, and then you have another section B and you need to have notes for section B. So make sure you get your notes for your sections. And we're going to leave this in progress because we're just building this out. And again, you can attach files. So I'm going to create, but notice that we're going to stay on this page pretty much. All right, so the reason we stayed on this page, I can review everything I've set. Now I can add instructors, and we aren't going to click on these because our time is growing short, but you're just going to go in there, you're going to search for the name. The person does have to be in NCEES. You can add other people for contacts up above. I'm going to manage my class times. This is important. This is going to be an area for you to put those times in so you can print out your sign-in sheets and things like that. You're going to need those class times. I can go view the roster to see who's on the roster. I can go back and manage my course. Now, the reason I have managed Moodle here, this is going to navigate me out to Moodle so that I can connect my course or build out my course. If I'm building out my course, I probably did not want to release this yet. All right, so we're going to click Done. And that was very quick, but that is how you set up the basics for setting up opportunities in NCEES. And notice it didn't take really long at all. So once you start learning how to use this system and what you want to set in here, it's very easy to set up your courses. I'm going to try to slide this off the page. We're going to go back and zip through some of these slides and just review a little bit. All right, so we did find the question mark, and you can look on several pages, do have that question mark, and you're going to be able to find help. There's an explanation for do not require section start and end times. Class times will not be required when creating sections for this course. You do have the ability, instead of creating the instructor-led course, to save it as a draft. And you do have 60 minutes from the time you access the page before the page is reset. So make sure if you think you're going to be in there longer than 60 minutes, it didn't take us that long, then you do save that draft or go ahead and save it and create it. You can always go in and edit. All right, we reviewed the settings in the course, and there's your navigation. There's all your settings. There's how we set location, and I put some screenshot of how it looks for the district and how they can choose their schools. And this is where we targeted demographics. We really did not look at resources. I apologize for that, but when you go into your resources, you're going to add a resource. You can add a link to a book, to documents, to a message board that you have, to a video, to a website, a link to your LMS, all different kinds of things that you can add as a resource. And those do show up when people start the courses. They have tabs to get to those resources. We did talk about aligning those focus areas, those all important focus areas. Is this an arts education? Is it data literacy? Aligning standards we looked at. And we looked at how to create a section on an instructor-led course. Here's some extra screenshots out here. We did the new section. And just some additional information about what we set on that page. Some more additional sections where we did the instructors, the class times, viewing the roster, and managing the course. This is another area to enter your instructor's name. This is what it looks like. Entering their first and last name, and then find your user, bullet them, and add them, and they show up down here below. Adding those class times that we did not jump over into. Here's where you're going to add a new class time. Here is where you can use your recurring dates. This course happens every Friday, so go ahead and set those recurring dates. And then this is just a quick look. We didn't have time today to go actually look at the roster page. But your roster page is going to list people that have been added to the roster by you, or you've sent them that copy registration link, or you've published it to the catalog and they've registered for the course or started the course. And then there's several buttons in here that are explained in other PD sessions and webinar sessions that we hold. Some very important. There's your sign-in sheets. The enrollment history is great. It tells you when people register, when they complete, are they complete without their survey complete. It's a very good report. And then I've just added a few resources for you here. If you go out to our NCDPI YouTube page, we do have a NCEES playlist. And here are several of the PD sessions that we've held before. So if you're all excited about starting and creating PD opportunities in NCEES, please go out here. There's some great sessions out here that we've held in the past, and they are very more in depth than we could get into today. We also have a Performance Matters mobile app in the system. This is really cool. You can have people scan a QR code to mark their attendance for the session that you're doing that day. So as they're going in, they just scan in, or you can do it opposite. You can sign in, and then you can mark everybody attended that day. So there's two ways to use that. It's very cool to get the attendance in. There's another view. And then, of course, we have our NCEES Google site. This is great if you have any questions about NCEES. Dr. Kim Simmons at DPI built this out, and I think she did a great job. So if you have NCEES questions, please go out here. Now, if there's anything you can't find, you contact Kim Simmons or I, and we're glad to help you track that down. And just to remember, the PD that is offered in NCEES by DPI, there's no cost to the schools or districts. Any public LEA or charter can use those modules. All the material is online. There's self-paced and mini modules available throughout the year, and you may begin those at any time. And then credits are awarded in the system as you complete those opportunities. Do remember, though, most of DPI courses are marked as general credit. Even if they're marked as DLCs or something else, it's still up to the district to approve where that credit applies and how it applies. So they must still turn in their certificate to the district and get the approval of what credit type it should actually be. And again, here is my contact information. I did not mention Kathy Oliver earlier. She is a NCEES guru for PD. She was not able to join me today, so I did want to mention her. Even if you're not in the Southeast region, if you have questions, you can email Kathy or call Kathy. She is very happy to help you get started with PD in NCEES. And that is the end of our session today. So if you have any questions, please do email me. Thank you for listening to our session for NCTies, and I hope you have a great couple days with NCTies. I saw a lot of awesome sessions coming up. Thank you.